Happy Tutu. This is a portal. It is a portal of balance and harmony. And I'm so excited to share more about this portal with you. If you're watching me for the first time, hi, I'm Ishani. I'm an intuitive self leadership coach, and I'm on a 90 days journey where I am coming live every single day to share about different quotes, messages, insights that I reflect on or just get downloads of from my connection to source. I started this 90-day series because I really wanted to give myself time and sit with myself, talk to myself, and also expand my capacity to receive guidance, insights from source. So today's tutu, like I said, and this portal is about balance and harmony. This portal, and I feel like every day can be a portal if we let it, but today is like an energetic portal where it is asking us to pause, reflect. And when I started to like get an energetic sense of this portal, I realized that I felt very angry, and I think this reflects the world that we are in right now. We all of us are angry for one reason or the other. And some anger is justified, and some anger is actually a borrowed anger, which I feel is a borrowed anger because we're seeing things that are just not normal these days, right? So, this portal, I would like to give you some questions today to reflect on in your life because it's a portal of balance and harmony. So, when you are looking at life, is it reflecting what you want your life to be? And I'm not talking about the larger world, but when you look at your individual life, is it reflecting what you want your life to be? Are you happy and at peace with who you are being and what you want to become? So is there an alignment? Is there a harmony between the two? Is your emotional world in harmony with your practical everyday life? That those are a couple of questions that you can ask yourself. Now, like I said, I sense a lot of anger. I sense that there is a lot of chaos, right? Not just sense, I can also see it. But especially about this portal, I feel like it is definitely asking us to sit and reflect on our individual actions more than anything else. So if you are angry about the state of the world, I would encourage you to channel it to create the world that you want to live in. So many times we feel when we see things that are happening around the world, when we just when we are also experience these turbulent times, we somehow feel like we have no power, we feel powerless. And of course there are things that are beyond our control, but there are certain things that are in our control, like our life, or at least how uh, we take action towards our life, our thoughts, our habits. Are these in alignment with how we want to live this life? So this portal specifically today is specifically about that. Are we channeling our anger towards creating the life that we wish to have? Or are we just getting angry for the sake of getting angry? Because if you look at your life, you might feel like there is some anger which is borrowed. Like you are getting agitated because you think you're supposed to get agitated, and this might not be the best thing to hear. It is not the easy thing to hear. But when you reflect at your anger, when you reflect on your anger, do you realize is it really your anger, or is it also some borrowed anger that you're supposed to get angry because of what is happening in life, in everybody else's life? Because see, anger is super important. I feel like I'm not the person who can be zen all the time. Like l- I l- I won't say I love getting angry, but so anger is so important. Anger allows you, anger has created revolutions. And I think we are at the precipice of another revolution. It might it can also be a peaceful revolution when we are actually saying, you know what, all these gimmicks that have been thrown to us by the governments, by society, by everybody, else I am actually going to revolt against this by actually looking at my life, creating intentionally the life that I want to create. I want a peaceful environment, so I'm going to create that for me. And we don't realize that when we stick to, and especially like even in studies it's shown that people who can survive and even thrive in these chaotic environments are people who are balanced in their own self. So this portal is actually asking us to find that balance inside, to look inwards, think about how you can create peace. So if you are turbulent and you're living in a turbulent environment, it's there is nothing that you can do. Obviously you'll feel powerless and you'll only be feeling turbulent, and you're going to send those turbulent energy even outwards, and that is what you'll reflect back as well. But if you are in a peaceful state inside, you can actually send that energy outside, and then it will start to reflect back to you as well. So how is your life? Might feel like there's nothing in control, but there is still so much you can do about your life in particular. So, how do you feel about yourself? How do you see yourself? Is there peace in your life, in your individual life? Again, I'm not saying about the external world, because there is no, it's literally very less peace these days. But what about your individual life? Is there peace? Do you feel guilty about it? Sometimes that also happens. So these are the questions that you can reflect on. Why do you feel guilty? Okay, I want you to answer that, so that after that you can ask yourself, what can I do about this guilt? Because all these emotions are also energy in motion, right? So you can channel that guilt into something creative. You can channel that guilt into maybe in your art, in your work. We can always transmute all these energy. Even anger is not a primary emotion. There is always something underneath, but even that anger we can channel to create something powerful. All the revolutions have not have happened in the world until we felt angry. So anger is not something that you need to suppress. You don't need to feel guilty about anger. You need to actually channel that anger to create the world that you desire to live in. And if imagine that everybody who really wants a better world starts to act like it, we will have that world, right? Because individually, if we create that world, it will have a ripple effect. You have so much power if you let yourself feel it. Being angry about feeling powerlessness will create more powerlessness in the world. But we are so much powerful than we realize. And this portal is asking us to sit, reflect on these things, so that you can see how powerful you are. A tiny butterfly in one part of the corner can create a tornado in another, right? This is the normal butterfly effect that we have read about, but we forget. So if that can happen, this can happen too, where sitting in one part of the world can create beautiful ripple impact of peace. I can send out peace to another part of the world, and we might not realize it's a big thing or not, but it is a huge thing. That is our power, allowing ourselves to be in harmony with who we are and who we want to be, and what kind of world we want to create in. That changes a lot of things. So if a tiny butterfly can create tornado, no one is insignificant, right? You are not insignificant. And if you allow yourself to tap into that kind of anger, which allows you to transmute it, which where you can channel it into different kind of art, we have also forgotten this artistic expression that we have. I mean, all the AI has let us has dried up our creativity. So if you can allow yourself to be creative again, to express yourself by channeling your anger, and also asking yourself and incorporating those steps where you're aligned with who you are and what kind of world that you want to live in, we'll create that kind of world where there is justice, where there is peace, where there is there is respect for each other. And I do believe that this is what the world requires right now. Instead of blaming government, instead of blaming anything else, taking responsibility of what am I doing. We don't we have a lot of power in our own life. In And some people have power over many many things, right? But if you are somebody who get the sense of I'm not doing enough, or I'm not doing my responsibility, or I feel so guilty that this is happening, and I feel this, and you feel a lot of things. Allow yourself to feel those things, feel your anger, allow yourself to channel that anger into something more for yourself, not for anybody else, but for yourself. And you realize when you have used that anger into creating something artistic, not even artistic, just channeling that anger, allowing yourself to channel that anger into something, you will you will feel at peace. And then through that peace you can spread that peace into the world, and you'll see the difference. You have a lot of power. I hope you allow yourself to feel it, realize it, and also share it with the world. So this was what I wanted to share today. If you have any questions, again, like always, you can comment them down below. Let me know. Um, are you angry these days? Are you going to allow yourself through this portal at least to reflect on your life, to reflect on what is your definition of peace? What is the kind of world that you want to live in? Are you at peace in your life? If not, then what is not working? Are you ready to release this, let it go? All these portals are like I do believe that every single day is a portal if you let it. But energetically, there are sometimes inside the year that we really have that energetic portal which allows us to manifest what we want to manifest in life. So I hope that you allow yourself to sit, reflect on these things, and together let's have that intention that we are collectively and also in the individual level creating the world that we want to live in. Instead of letting ourselves feel powerless, let's use our power, let's harness our power, let's tap into our power and create the world that we desire to live in. I will see you tomorrow for day 17. This is a 90-day series. I'm coming live to you every single day and talking to you about all the different concepts about self leadership, power, abundance, people pleasing, and many other things that come when I sit to meditate, reflect, or just get downloads of from my connection to source. I'm sending you so much peace from my self to you. I'm also going to um, do some prayer for our collective peace, and I hope you do that as well if you feel like it. Take care. I will see you soon tomorrow.